Student gets whipped in class, okay, called the N word, all right, and some penalty and repercussions. Let's do this. Let's put up the school full mass here. One of the saddest stories you'll hear: middle school students at Radloff Middle School in Gwinnett County, Georgia, are now facing criminal charges after calling a black classmate the N word and whipping her with a belt. The teacher is now under investigation. Why? Because the teacher witnessed the abuse, the alleged abuse, and did absolutely nothing. Not even a report, which, by the way, is mandated. Cameron Madison, the father of the black student, said this to WSB TV. He says she was sitting with a Hispanic child, and the other Hispanic child approached them and said, "How much for your monkey?" And the child responded, $450. And so the main child said, all right, looked at my daughter and said, all right, I own you now, N-word. Do my homework, slave. My daughter refused, and that's when the child asked the other child to remove his belt, and it gave her some lashings. And that's when the teacher initially said, all right, you boys, leave her alone. The situation was so bad that Madison said his daughter texted her mother and said she didn't feel safe anymore. He mentioned that his daughter told him that the teacher witnessed the entire incident, failed to do anything, and did not report it. She was forced to sit in the classroom with the two boys after the alleged incident because the teacher failed to report it. Both parents went to the school the next day and confirmed everything. The principal, Jennifer Callahan, reportedly said she had no idea the situation took place. I'm giving the principal the benefit of the doubt here because the teacher never reported it. I can see how the principal was unaware, and we're talking about one day later. The principal suspended the children involved in the incident the next day, sent out a letter to all parents, and launched an investigation with the Gwinnett County Police Department for a racially motivated crime. The principal did the right thing once the principal was aware. The letter informed the parents of the situation and said that hitting students and or directing racial slurs at people will not be tolerated at Radloff Middle. After one of the Hispanic students involved was suspended, he took to Instagram. All right, you see, he decided to repost the letter captioning it and says, they're acting like I killed someone. I didn't even hit that hard. Laughing emojis. All right. You see, you all are going to learn a tough lesson early. I don't know who failed the kids involved here who decided this was a good idea. Perhaps the way it has been taught played into this. The reality is children are typically reflections of their environment, their home environment, sometimes their school environment, and other environments. You have a lot of mimicry that happens in middle school. They are mimicking behavior until they adopt a fully developed personality. They learned this garbage from somewhere. Now, this is a problem. I want to applaud the principal for acting swiftly, for not engaging in a cover-up, for sending a letter not simply to the parents of students involved, but to every single parent in the school system, directly contacting the police department, bypassing Gwinnett school police, went directly to the real police, and logged it as a racially motivated crime. You can't tolerate this foolishness. We're talking about children. All right. Max, thoughts on this?
Well, the fact that these are middle school kids, I mean, you said it best. It shows you how quickly the brain rot of racism can spread. I mean, these are kids and they have fully formed, incredibly virulent racist views. They've learned this clearly from home, and it really does make you sad. But what's indefensible here to me is the teacher. I mean, not just as an educator, but as a human being.
That's right.
How do you witness someone being harassed and hit and thrown slurs at and do nothing? Nothing. And I suppose the only silver lining here is, as you mentioned, this principal, when she learned about it, jumped into action, and there's going to be an investigation. So that's cold comfort for the kid and their
Yeah,
family, but at least in this case, they're not denying the severity of this, which is a welcome change.
that's right. And big ups to the parents who immediately came to the school, addressed it head on, was able to get remedy for their child, and they now have a process rooted in fair play and the investigative dynamic. We will bring you an update as it comes.